Mm. Hey everybody, I am back with another video. I just did a video on this, and instead of being all choppy and crazy like I love to do, the video just plain, the volume just plain stopped. I had like 8 views. I think I had like 5 views. Then I was checking out to see what happened with it and see what happened with it. I went back, it wasn't there, so I had to log back into it. Usually it still be running live, but tonight I wasn't doing that tonight, so I don't know what up with it. So I'm about to do it again as soon as I find my Bluetooth to see if the volume, see if the audio, instead of doing a video, I'm doing an audio. Instead of camera, I'm doing audio. See if that works better than the camera, since I'm not gonna be on camera, but I'm already done situated and sit in my bed. So we're gonna put the Bluetooth on, and I want to read the article again. So, okay, it's adjusting. Um, so welcome back to the are you doing what you're supposed to do? Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's still doing. It's still um live. So you see my little my son at this moment is creating a logo for me. And I got this logo off of YouTube, and I gave him an idea of what I want. So you will see my new logo when my son finishes it. That's his specialty. If you like my logo, I can connect you with him, and he can make logos for you too. And anyway, I'm gonna go read this article again. Oh, instead of the camera. So I see it's still in red up top, so it's still live. And it's an article that's on the face, so it's still be live. Okay. According to this article, Tupac relative says the Trump campaign was clearly disrespectful to leave a ticket for the late rapper at vice presidential debate, which makes absolutely no sense to me. When I read it the first time, my brain had it kind of backwards because I understood that they left the ticket for Kamala Harris to go to a Tupac concert since she seems to think he's still alive. But according to the article, as we will read, they left the ticket for Tupac to show up at the debate. Anyway, according to the article, it says President Donald Trump campaign left a ticket for Tupac at the vice presidential debate. According to New York Post, the dig comes after a recent interview during which Joe Biden, running mate Kamala Harris, said Tupac is the best rapper alive. Now, this right here is where anybody can see the woman is gaslighting people. And the people she's gaslighting is those that are designated to the system of blackness. And I call it blackness because I'm so sick and tired of this your race baiting, categorizing, separating people, um, status, all these things, labels that are there to separate people and keep pitting them against each other. So I'm so sick of that. It just came to me. I guess it came to me in a code. I guess it decoded and said that, okay, this is blackness and whiteness. Because people that are born, reared, designated to what I call the system of blackness, because there are a lot of people who say that they are black, who say they're African American, who say they're Black American. Those are the people. There are people that say that, but they are not operating under the system of blackness, because these are people that actually have opportunities, business opportunities, whereas there are other people who are considered black have no opportunities. The opportunities are there, but they have no access to it. It's like an apple on a tree. As soon as you climb that tree and reach that apple, there's a string on the end of the apple somewhere pulling it high into the tree where you can't reach it. So you just never get the apple. So that's what being designated, reared, born on the blackness means to me. There are opportunities, lots of opportunities there. You see it, it's in your face. You go to college for it, you go to school for it, you train for it, so they want you to think, but you're not trained properly because you're not um, privy to the knowledge that would actually put you in a position to obtain that fruit, that apple. So on the blackness, opportunity is there, but you have no access to it by default. And so Tupac was reared on the blackness. And this woman relates, she tried to resonate with people that are designated, that are on the blackness, as she called herself black because her father is Jamaican. Therefore, being identifying as black and being black when you were when you had total access to whiteness, opportunities um, that put you in and knowledge that put you in a position to obtain that apple hanging from the tree. And those on the white don't have to climb the tree to get to the apple because they are tall enough. They are in a value status where they can just reach for the apple and get it. But those on the blackness know. You reach for the apple, it's not there. So you gotta climb that tree. And once you reach the apple is moved. You see the apple go up and it's out of your hand before you can reach it. So that's how my mind decodes that. Now, they said the dig comes after a recent interview during which Joe Biden's running mate, Kamala Harris, said Tupac is the best rapper alive. I think I just read that. She's making fun of Tupac. And the fact that Angela Rye laughed and corrected her that she just laughed like it was something funny. But but she thought it was funny. So she's making fun of people, what I call now people of blackness, not people in the black community, because there are people in the black community that have access to whiteness. But the people that are in the black community that has no access to whiteness, even though the fruits and the resources are right there, but you have no access to it. Those are the people that Kamala Harris is making fun of. And I do wonder if they know that. If they know that. Now, Tupac family member, Mo Preem, we can read further down. His step brother he's not a family member. He's not bloodline to the man. He's just a stepbrother. Has no ties to the family except that his family member, one of his parents, apparently married. He says he's a step cousin. I think that he's a step cousin or something. But we'll see who he is at the bottom. So it says now, Tupac's family member told TMZ that the invitation by Trump campaign was totally disrespectful to his loved one. To his loved one. He says it's disrespectful. But you don't find what Kamala did to be disrespectful. What Kamala did is utterly disrespectful. Making a joke about the best rapper alive is is a rapper that's dead. So in decoding that, what is she saying? There are no good rappers alive. In her understanding, her eyes, there are no rappers alive that is the best. The only rapper alive, only best rapper alive is a dead one. That's what I got from that. But they're not mad at that. They're mad at the fact that Trump campaign people left a ticket at the campaign debate in case Tupac showed up. Anyway, Tupac family member, I read that already. Yeah, moving on. President Donald Trump campaign left the late rapper Tupac Shakur a ticket to the vice presidential debate as a dig to Kamala Harris. I think they are both making fun of rappers. I don't think the dig, because we didn't even know nothing about the ticket. We just now found out about the ticket just now. Just throwing this out there. So what I'm seeing is they're throwing digs. It's not a dig at Kamala Harris. It's really a dig at people of blackness. That's who the dig is at. Because they left a ticket for Tupac in case he show up at the debate. Because since Kamala seems to think he's alive, Kamala's making fun of people designated to blackness, and the Trump campaign is doing the exact same thing. They are both making fun of Americans designated to blackness. That's what they're doing. And it is to gaslight Americans um reared on the blackness. That's what they're doing, making fun of adults for the most part. And a lot of the famous rappers, they're not necessarily adults because adults might be rappers, but they're not famous rappers. Now, Tupac could be an adult because of who he is. and who his mama is and his daddy back in the civil rights day when they were fighting. So they got a lot of rappers like say Tony Lance. He's not at us. He's not. He's not a black. He's not an American. Therefore, he wasn't reared on the blackness. I don't know what he was reared in Canada. And then you have other rappers. I don't know anything about Offset. Whether he is whatever. But a lot of the rappers that made it, they aren't at us. Except maybe the only rapper I think made it is Meg the Stallion. And, and the fact of how Meg the Stallion is treated in comparison to Cardi B by Tony Lance kind of tells me that may be her lineage, but I don't know. But anyway, um, and Kamala Harris did this in an interview with Angela Rye last month. Angela Rye asked Harris, who is the best rapper alive in her opinion. And in Kamala Harris' opinion, the best rapper alive is a dead rapper. That's basically what she's saying. She's saying it in code, but she's saying it. And Tupac, Harris responded and chuckled when the Democrat vice presidential nominee realized her error. She didn't realize her error. She knew it was an error when she said it. This, these two candidates don't care nothing about the people who vote. They they caping for, who vote, they pandering for. They don't care nothing about the people because it doesn't matter who you vote for. Who gonna be president is who gonna be president. My thing is voting for any one of these people is gonna change my lot in life. Am I suddenly going to be privy, have access to the opportunities and resources that are designated for those of whiteness, those who have access to whiteness? And that includes all non-black people and a lot of black people, as they want to call Americans of dark skin, of darker skin. They say people of color. People of color is anybody that is whose skin tone is not copper and dark and whatever. Well, from my perspective. Now, we're going to read according to, I guess they call it the Hill in Twitter. Angela Rye, they got this little thing here and they got a video. I'm not going to play the video. They say, I might play the video. Angela Rye, best rapper alive. Kamala Harris, Tupac. They just give like an outline of the question. Rye, he's not alive. So she helps her out just like Wallace helped Biden out. You say he lives on. Kamala Harris. I know. I keep doing that because she keeps showing those designated to the system of blackness that I'm not one of you. Therefore, I'm going to disrespect you with your rappers. Anybody with common sense knows she did not grow up on Tupac. Anybody with common sense knows Tupac is not alive. But she said she keep doing that. Why you keep doing that? It's obvious. Now, she said, I mean, there are some I will not mention right now because they should stay in their lane. Huh? Let me read that again. That made absolutely no sense, Kamala Harris. I know, I keep doing that. Who would, who would I say? I mean, there are so many. I mean, and this, she actually said it twice in here. There are so many. Meaning there are so many rappers. I will not mention right now because this is stay in their lane. This woman actually, did what I read just make sense to you? What she's saying makes no sense on a logical level. As far as logically, what are you saying? But this is the core that I get from this is this. She said, I know I keep doing that. Who would I say? I mean, there's so many. I mean, you know, there are so there are some I will not mention right now because they should stay in their lane. So there are some rappers she will not mention right now because they should stay in their lane. What does that mean? Rappers should stay in their lane. Meaning rappers, this is what I'm getting, meaning rappers that speak against you as far as being president should stay in their lane. Y'all see the message in that? She used that for what I'm getting to tell rappers who are not voting for her to stay in their lane. And that takes me back, it kind of takes me back to Candace and Cardi B, where Cardi B left her lane. She basically quoting Candace, and Candace ain't even for her. But Cardi B left her rapper lane, stepped into politics for the second time. This time, they will have her interview. They will have her interview Joe Biden. And as she interviewed, the static in my ear is crazy. But go with. But she interviewed Joe Biden. Candace comes out and tries to educate her. Cardi do what Cardi does best. Go off on these crazy rants, telling people off in such a disrespectful way. And like Candace say, you in my lane. Therefore, it sounds to me this woman uses time to tell rappers stay in your lane. I don't think that gonna work because if you want those rappers vote, who are you to tell them to stay in their lane? Let me see if I can Mm. Yeah, you still screaming. Okay, so let me go back and finish reading the article. Mm. So, I keep going to Twitter because they right beside each other. So, he said, we should know. And how do we know that? Trump was always a part of rap, entertainment, artists, and all that. These people were rappers, singers, entertainers. They were all funded by Trump for what, 30 years? 30 years were funded by Trump. So how would they know that? My son was 20, he just turned 28. He said, Mama, when we start hating Trump? I said, baby, I don't know. I said, because I said, when he ran for president, 'cause I never heard of Trump before he ran for president. When I first heard of Trump, he started speaking against Obama. I never heard of Trump before that. So I didn't pay too much attention because Trump was just a rich billionaire, all I know. You know, a lot of these billionaires got issues with Trump, got issues with Obama. So when Trump started running for president, they saying this and that. I said, well, who is this Trump? So I did research. And they said, well, Trump is in these black entertainers' music. I said, it is. So I went back and started researching. I said, and I'm hearing Trump naming these people music. I said, oh, so Trump is not new to the community of those designated to black, designated to the system of blackness. So, okay, all their fans, they knew who Trump was. Me, um, I have a 60th born day on the 17th. Never heard Trump. And I listened to the music back then, but I never paid attention to the words. I just liked the music. Then when I had to go back, recognize the music because of it, recognize the songs because of the music. Didn't so much recognize the rappers or the entertainers. So I listened to the words, and sure enough, I heard Trump name in it. So okay, that's what's up with that. Hmm. So that's why the young people don't have nothing to say when it comes to Trump because they want to know when did they start hating Trump. Because it's because Trump is in all the music that they grew up listening to. Those 40 and under, they grew up on the music. They grew up on that music. They grew up hearing Trump's name in the music. And I wonder who funded all these half naked girls, all these cars and doing all this. Like Ja Rule and 50 and people of the like, Nelly, people are like, I'm like, if these people don't have no money, how do you get all of this? Come to find out it was Trump. So you're trying to get these people 30. You see now, my children grow up here. You're trying to get these children under 30 to tell them that Trump is a racist, Trump hate black people, he disrespect black people, and they should know that. My son asked me, when did we start hating Trump? He was like 25 years old when he asked me that, probably like a couple of years ago. I like, he asked me that when Hillary Clinton was running for president against Trump. He asked me who I would vote for. I don't vote, but I said, I said it would be Hillary at the time. I don't know nothing about no Hillary. I know better now. And so he like, after they voted for Obama, they had no intention of voting for no Trump. I guess they didn't. I don't know who they vote for. But I know my son didn't vote. He voted for the very first time in his life for Obama because he was old enough. I guess he just become old enough or whatever. He was old enough to vote, and that was his very first vote. But so before I understood who Hillary was, that's who I would vote for. But now, after hearing, after all this stuff coming out about the both of them, I definitely wouldn't vote for her. But then again, just like my son, I only voted once, and that was for Carter. And Carter lost in the vote again because I realized it doesn't matter who you vote for because the person already chosen who's gonna win. That's how I saw that at age 18 in my very first vote. It is what it is. They say we should know that, but how will we know that? We, baby boomers, never heard of Trump until until he started funding Romney against Obama and the birthday thing. So we never heard of Trump as far as baby boomers. Now Gen Xers and millennials, they heard of Trump because it's in the music. So they know who Trump was. And therefore you're trying to convince these people that Trump is this horrible person. You gotta tell us Trump is this horrible person. Because if these people singing about Trump in their music, they saw Trump, they didn't see, they didn't have a perspective of Trump that is being out now, which and I can see with my own eyes of who Trump is and what he's doing. So at this point, I vote for Barbara. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. But they have like two people that commented on this article. It's 124 comments, but I'm only going to read. I'm only going to read one because they have two up, and then they have say view more content. But I'm only going to read one up here for this person that says, "We are not our ancestors. We will go to war." My thing is this: who we going to war against? So you trying to say your ancestors didn't go to war? How you know that? Our ancestors went to war. They fought, but and they also died. When you take a woman and a man, cause take a man, hang him from a tree, like this comedian say, put a pitchfork off this you know what, and burn them alive and all other kind of stuff. Or you hang a woman from a tree and make the baby drop out of her body, and then you stomp the head and kill the newborn. My thing is this: you don't think they fought a war? They went to war. They were in war. A lot of them died fighting. And some just became, okay, I don't want to die. I don't want to constantly see these gruesome deaths of my loved ones. Over time, people will just comply. But right now, under what we see under this political system, and the word political, police, police. So the political system is the same as the police system. The political system um, writes the laws, enforces the laws, um, police the system of blackness, but will enforce laws under the system of whiteness, but they don't police the system of whiteness. It enforces the laws according to how, or according to basically what they want to do. But under the system of blackness, they in the system of blackness, they police everybody. And then there are certain people that just apparently do these things to people and feel like they were ordained or anointed or whatever to do this to these people. And if you enforce the laws against them because of what they done, is viewed by any human being as a brutal crime, and they sue and go to court because they say they did nothing wrong. And right now, the political system is basically coming out saying it's not a crime for what they do. Apparently, these people reading some law book that those in the system of blackness don't know nothing about. For them to believe that you can just shoot somebody in the back 1,000 times and you commit no crime. So there's the reason these people feel they commit no crime are being being justified by the political system, the police system, that they done nothing wrong. There's a reason for that. I have a perspective on why they are told they have been found to have committed no wrongdoing in what they do, but it's not clear to me, so I won't say it because I will be too wordy in it. But it's coming to me. But anyway, that's about it for this video. No. But anyway, that's it for this video. I just thought that you know basically from this article, the message that I got from this article is that even though they are explaining to us in detail how Trump has no respect for black people when when his campaign leaves a ticket for Tupac in case he show up at the vice president debate, because Kamala Harris says the best rapper alive is Tupac, which I could decode as the best rapper alive is a dead rapper. And like she said, there are some that she will not mention because they need to stay in their place. Therefore, a rapper alive, the only best rapper alive is a dead rapper. And the rappers that are literally alive need to stay in their lane. That's basically what she said. So, from my perspective, they both are making fun of the Americans who vote that they are pandering for. They are pandering hard for votes from Americans designated to the system of blackness, while at the same time making fun of them, showing them that even though I say I'm a black woman, I don't have no understanding of blackness, Americans, because she was raised on a white system. Therefore, she's making fun. She fully understands those under the system of blackness. She fully understands. So she knows what she's doing. Perfectly knows what she's doing. But, and they're both making fun of the votes that they are pandering for. Trump campaign trying to convince us. Then he's not really. Trump is not really trying to convince us anything about Kamala. He's trying to convince us about Biden, and Pence's job is to convince us about Kamala. And they two is going after each other. Trump is not necessarily going after Kamala because Kamala's not running for president. Trump going after Biden, and Pence went after Kamala. But they're all on the same side. Pander for those Americans designated to blackness, those that have opportunities, resources under the system of blackness, but have no access to it because when they reach it, when they get access to it, you snatch it out of their reach. So that's what is going on from my perspective. But anyway, that's it for this video. I thank you for watching this video. And if you enjoyed the video, um, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And now I have happy to say that I finally hit my 300. I've been at 300 because I saw it like 2 weeks ago in the back of the channel, but on the front end it wasn't showing 300. So I looked at it. I had looked at it and saw it was 301, then 302. So I'm finally over my first threshold of 300, and I want to thank all of you for subscribing to me. I really appreciate y'all subscribing to me, and I will be doing uh, um I will be sharing a video um showing I guess it's on TubeBuddy showing I finally hit that threshold. Something else I want to do, but I might write a poem or something. I'm still trying to figure out different things I can do on the channel that y'all would enjoy. So thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate all of y'all. And those who haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel because I'm still trying to hit that 1,000. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you next time. Bye.